Right.
You know, explain a little. How did you get into real estate, man?
Wow. So here's the funny thing. I used to be in the music business back in my younger days. I was actually signed with Rockefeller for a little bit as a producer, right?
Nice.
And
See,
I
I didn't
always
know
wanted
that.
to.
So
Oh
you
yeah,
got them
man.
beats.
Yeah, I did a few things. You know what I'm saying? I went to New York and won a beat battle one year, all the way from Miami, which was crazy back then, because it was like New York or California. That was the only two main music places. But yeah, I did that for a while, and my whole thing was I always wanted to do real estate, and I never forget. I kept saying I'm going to make all this money in the music game, and then start doing real estate. And one day my dad told me, son, you got it backwards. Why don't you make money in real estate and then jump into the music? Because the music game is not as simple as, it seems. So I started doing real estate back in like '04, '03, '04. I got a mentor, went up to Atlanta, started buying properties, flipping properties. Man, we was flipping properties like crazy, man. Sometimes 150 grand a month and just flipping properties, you know what I'm saying? And I got hit like everybody did in '08. I had all these properties, all these mortgages, one stream of income, which was flipping the properties,
Right.
one stream of earned income. Like I talk to our family all the time about earned income. There's nothing wrong with earned income, but earned income, as we can see now with this whole COVID thing,
It's unsecured.
is
Yeah.
it's unsecured.
Right.
So no matter how much I was making, I'm making a bunch of money, right? I'm flipping property, I'm making a bunch of money, but it was one income. So when the market crashed, here I am. And here's the other thing. At the time, I was living above my means. And what I realized was, I'm living off, like, I have to make 70, 80 grand a month to live. Like, I have to. If I don't make that, I can't live and pay bills and pay the mortgages on the properties. Like, I put myself in a position that I had to make that. So
that wasn't
when the
sustainable,
market,
to say the lack.
it wasn't sustainable. Right. So when the market crashed, I crashed along with it. And one of the worst things was, and I tell this to people, and me and you talked about this before, one thing that separates successful people from non-successful people is not that we don't all make bad deals or mistakes or the investment didn't go well. But what I learned now that I didn't know then is once you recognize it's not working, cut it, pivot, and move on. And what I didn't do back then, I was so tied into the business and the money and what it was that I saw, well over six figures in the bank that I could have had to start something new, but I'm steady trying to save this ship it's bound to sink.
It's sinking.
It's the Titanic.
The Titanic.
It's the Titanic.
Right.
Here I am. I'm trying to patch holes on this ship that's gonna sink anyway.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what messed me up, because the money that I could have had to start over, I used that, and now I'm a year in paying mortgages and trying to keep up this lifestyle. Family, friends that I've been paying for their mortgages and paying for them to do things. I'm trying to keep this facade up that I still got money. Meanwhile, my bank account is slowly going down, and I'm fooling myself, keep telling myself, it's going to come back. Oh, that was a bad month.
You hit a nerve with that one, because I was around in '08. I used to develop real estate. I had about 9 properties, you know what I'm saying? And I was sinking. You feel me? Like, I had a condo in Playa Vista, California. I paid $1.1 million for it. It was worth 1.4 on paper. And I had to walk away from that joint, bro. And the bank sold it for $680,000. You see what I'm saying? And I sat with my CPA and I was like, what do I do? And he said, look, Ishmael, if you're ever to pay up this condo, you still got to pay HOA fees. We have 2 HOAs. In Playa Vista, they got this tax in California called Mailer Roost tax. You're still gonna have to come out the pocket $3,000 a month, even if you pay this property off. It's a bad investment. Walk away from it. And I can relate to what you're saying. I was embarrassed. I felt like I failed. And in hindsight, if I had walked away earlier, I would have been able to pivot into something else. You see what I'm saying? And the same thing that kind of happened to me in crypto. I took the whole ride with Bitcoin, made millions of dollars with it.
Right, I remember.
I was literally retired in my head.
I know.
I mean, you knew those times. You see what I'm saying?
I know. I remember.
And it went down, and I couldn't let go of it emotionally.